Hi, I'm Philip Hundl. My practice area focuses on representing landowners facing uh, condemnation matters and also involved with land partitions. Uh, I get this question oftentimes: is can we have one appraiser for both parties or all parties? And I see that oftentimes difficult because obviously uh, not everybody wants the same kind of partition. If you did, you probably would have reached an agreed partition from the beginning. So if your appraiser is hired by you, and so he or she will uh, work on an appraisal and get comparable sales and work on the shapes of subtracts that you obviously, how you would like the land to be partitioned, and hopefully that fits with an equal value for everyone that's getting particular tracts of land. So that doesn't always happen, but so I believe that your expert, his role is to focus on obviously what your recommended or suggested partition is, and so for a appraiser to be able to do that for all parties, it would be extremely difficult. Now, oftentimes I will hear parties say, well, we just need to get an appraiser, or really the opposing party will say, well, we need to get the land appraised, we need to get the land appraised, and that's a little tricky because sometimes it's not just one track, it's multiple tracks, and then sometimes there's a disagreement on how the land should be divided, not divided, there's a disagreement on how the land should be divided, but there's a disagreement on how the land should be valued. Just an example, there's a 2,000 acre tract, and one party may want all 2,000 acres valued, and the other party may say, no, this land historically or logically, it's divided by a highway, it's divided by irrigation canal, a road, once again, highway or just county road. There's lots of different ways that this land is actually really divided already into 6 tracts, let's say. And so you've got one side saying value it as 1 tract, and we've got another side saying no, value it as 6 tracts. And although it all may add up to 2,000 acres, we most of us agree that a larger tract is going to be valued at a lower amount per acre than smaller tracts, right? And so the valuations can vary depending on the number of number of tracts, right? And how the size of those tracts. So something very important. Now there have been cases where the parties have, for settlement purposes only, said let's agree on one particular appraiser, for settlement purposes, and I've had that same appraiser value the land 2 different ways according to how the parties thought it should be. Using my example, it would essentially be value it as 1 large tract and value it as 6 separate tracts, and that's been something that has been effective solely for settlement purposes. Both parties agreed that no one would use that expert moving forward in the case if the case didn't settle, and also whatever whatever report was generated by that expert wouldn't be used for in further in litigation by anyone, and it was inadmissible. So that's a strategy, something to think about. Once again, if you're facing a condemnation matter, it's a very different proceeding. It requires an attorney that understands and knows or has experience with partitions in Texas. So with that, good luck.